Alright, so we just graphed h of x equals square root of 4x plus 1, square root of that, and we have a square root function here. And now we're going to go through the domain and range. The domain refers to the x-axis, and we go in the direction of left to right. Left to right. So I'm going to actually use my pen or pencil. So in an inequality, as I go from the left, the first thing I touch on the graph is at this point. The x value is negative 1/4. Just think of the order pair negative 1/4 comma 0. But I'm focusing on just the x. And this domain is referring to our x values. And as I go towards the right, don't pay attention to it's going up. Don't do that. Just pay attention as I move my pen along, there's something there. There's something there. Yes, 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 yes. There's something on the graph. The numbers on the x-axis are getting bigger. We say x is greater than or equal to. In interval notation, that just basically means I'm starting here at negative 1/4. That's where the graph is at. It's a closed circle, so I'm going to include it, bracket. And then as I move along, the hint is the last thing it touches. In this case, it's an arrow. Arrows always imply infinity. In this case, because it's going towards this direction in the x-axis, this is actually positive infinity. Now later on, students will get confused if I drew a graph that looked like this. It does not matter where the arrow is pointing. What matters is you still have something on the graph. This would also imply positive infinity because you have the graph going towards the right. The range refers to the y-axis. And I like to use a phrase bottom to top. Everyone say bottom to top.
Bottom to the top.
So again, I'm going to use my pen. I'm not touching the graph, nothing, 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 nothing. And right there, the graph is starting. But pay attention. I'm focusing on the y-axis, or the y number line. Now that's not negative 1/4. That's what? Negative 1/4 comma 0. I'm focusing on just the y. So my graph is starting at 0 on the y-axis. And as I go up, remember, do not pay attention to where it's pointing. The last thing I touch on the graph is actually an arrow. The arrow is implying that the values keep going up on the y-axis, so that would be greater than or equal to 0. For interval notation, it's the same thing. You're going to use your pen or pencil. It's not touching anything here. It starts at y equals 0. So that would be bracket 0. And then the last thing I'm touching is the arrow, which just means it'll keep going on forever. That would be positive infinity. And that's how you do domain and range for the square root function.